Hello, welcome back to Moonlit Path Tarot. So today I'm going to do a sign for Libra. I'm a reading for the sign of Libra, sorry. What we will do is do past, present, future, and then we'll do some clarifiers if we need to. Keep in mind these readings are general, everything isn't for everyone. Take what applies and leave the rest for somebody else. My readings are timeless, so whenever you see this is when you were meant to see it. I have set the intention that this reaches the people it needs to reach in the timing it is meant to. So, for, let's see, for the sign of Libra, Spirit, what do you have for me? For Libra's current, no, we'll go past, recent past. What do you have for me for Libra's recent past? Okay. 5 of Pentacles. 2 more. The Moon. 1 more for a recent past for Libra. I'd rather not do 2 if that's okay, just 1. Thank you. Okay. So for your recent past, we have 5 of Pentacles, the Moon, 7 of Pentacles. So the 5 of Pentacles, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, talks about feeling left out in the cold by someone or something. And the Moon talks about needing to trust your intuition, but it's also about not being able to see the entire picture, right? Because things need to be illuminated. You can't see everything clearly in the dark, which can cause fear, it can cause worry, but ultimately it's a nice card to get. It is. It just basically means that you may have some worries that either whatever the situation was that caused you to feel left out in the cold, whether that be a job, a person, only you really know your situation. I mean, it could be a job. There's 2 Pentacle cards here, but it doesn't have to be. Take it as it resonates, like I said. Apply it to you how it fits. With the Moon, some kind of fear, anxiety, feeling left out in the cold, and now you're just kind of in this period of waiting and not really knowing what's next. Maybe, we'll see. So for your recent, because this talks about the seeds that we planted coming to fruition. So harvesting the seeds we planted that we're still waiting on. But this card specifically reminds me of like the waiting place from Dr. Seuss. Oh, the places you'll go. So let's see for your current energy. What do we have? So what do we have for Libra's current energy? Spirit, for Libra's current energy. What do you have for Libra's current energy for me? Spirit, please. Okay, 2 more, 1 more. 2 of Pentacles, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Oh, never mind. Alrighty. Okay. Well, I mean, I did see this one first, so we'll do that. So 2 of Pentacles, 9 of Wands, 5 of Wands. So we have Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. So you could be dealing with a Taurus, a Virgo, a Capricorn from the past. I don't know. So your current energy right now kind of talks about needing to find a balance, or specifically finding a balance. And the 9 of Wands, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, is the wounded warrior card, right? So whatever happened in the past that made you feel left out in the cold, you are not, I don't want to say distrusting, because they're not distrusting. She hasn't completely built the wall up around herself. She will give you a chance, but she is side-eyeing the ever-loving fuck out of you. Like, I don't trust you. You haven't done anything to me, and I'm not expecting you to, because it's not, you shouldn't ever operate from the place of, I don't trust you until you prove to me I can trust you. It's better to operate under, I trust you until you prove to me that I can't, right? So that's kind of where she is. First of all, I don't trust you, but even if I did, I am side-eyeing you, because it's not that I'm expecting something to go wrong, but I've been so burned in the past that it would just seem naive of me to be open and carefree to just let you waltz on in. You know what I'm saying? Because that's kind of what that energy is. And then the 5 of Wands is some sort of conflict, competition, struggling. This could either be with yourself or another person. Instantly when I see this card, struggle bus. That's what it reminds me of, struggling, like trying to claw your way up, right? So whatever happened in the past, again, we'll get some clarifiers, so maybe I'll get to see a little bit more into that, but whatever happened with you in the past, I'm getting this sense of some kind of needing to trust your intuition, but also some kind of fear or worry because you can't see the bigger picture. And right now, you are just waiting for the seeds that you've planted to come into fruition by trying to find some kind of balance. So needing to find a balance in life. Usually when this card comes out, Temperance comes out. So I wouldn't be surprised if that did come out, usually. It's also, this could be work. Like, I mean, I'll get some clarifiers. This could be work, but right now your current energy is just trying to find a balance. You've been wounded in the past. You're not completely closed off, but you're somewhat guarded. And then there's this sense of not necessarily struggling, but it could just be trying to claw your way out of whatever this past situation is. But it can also be competition at work. I don't know. We'll see. So for Libra's near future, when I say near future, I don't mean like 6 months from now. It's typically from when you see the reading to 3 months out. So that's kind of when I say near future is within 3 months. So for Libra's near future, Spirit, what do you have for me? For Libra's near future. Near future for Libra. Ooh, thank you, I guess. Thank you. Okay, dope. That's awesome. Okay, so Page of Cups, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, the Magician, and the King of Cups, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. So, and this could be somebody maybe, again, we'll clarify. Let me just start with this. So the Page of Cups is either some kind of daydreaming, can be good news, it can be a new relationship, it can be somebody who's daydreaming about you, or you are daydreaming about something or someone. But for the near future, this is kind of a like, it's a very optimistic, idealistic energy, right? So this is a nice card to have for the near future because it's kind of like a when pigs fly energy, but it's not a, yeah, okay, that'll happen when pigs fly. It's like a, yeah, maybe when pigs fly, but I'll find a way to make them fly. You know what I mean? Like, not in an animal abuse sense. Don't get my words twisted. But I just mean like I'm daydreaming about how I can make this happen. You know what I mean? Even though it may seem impossible, it doesn't feel impossible. So especially when you get the Magician right next to that. So you're daydreaming about something and then, or getting some kind of good news or some kind of like sense of youthful optimism. That's typically the Page of Wands, but this is the second time I've tried to do your reading. The first reading, I kept looking at it and I'm like, I don't understand. So the Page of Wands came out the first time, which is why I'm relating it to the Page of Cups. So the Magician it talks about having all the tools you need to manifest your desires into reality. So this is something that you are not lacking in the future. Whatever has occurred in the past, and again, I'll see if I can get a little bit more information by clarifying, but whatever happened in the past and whatever you're currently sitting in, trust me, I can relate. I just went through something horrible. And I basically had to start over all by myself in a completely new town where I don't know anybody. And I'm in the country. I love being in the country, but it's hard when you don't have anybody here around you, right? Like my family's an hour away. So maybe you moved because in your last reading, the Ace of Pentacles came out. And the Fool. So there could be some kind of new beginning that you're taking, or some kind of physical move, or some kind of physical offer, or sense of starting over, some sense of new beginning. Because you did also get the World when I attempted to do your last reading. So now that I'm getting these, the last reading makes sense. When I was looking at it before, I'm just like, what the heck? What are you trying to tell me right now? I don't understand. Like, I don't understand. That's very much the energy. So like right now, King of Cups. So King of Cups is somebody who's fair, somebody who's balanced, somebody who's emotionally mature. This is not somebody who is like, the Page of Cups is not great to get in like a love reading. It can be a new relationship, but if it's like somebody you're going to meet, this is good to get, but ultimately you want somebody who's a king, not somebody who's a page, right? Because we can daydream all we want, but if we're only daydreaming, then we're not doing. So the King of Cups is a great card to get, especially for the near future, whether this is a new person coming into your life or this is just your energy, I will clarify. But you're daydreaming about something and you have all the tools you need to manifest this into reality, whether it's a work situation, whether it's a new love, whether it is meeting the person you're supposed to be with, right? Because you can be with people you love, but they're not necessarily right for you. So maybe you're daydreaming and you're manifesting your perfect match, or you're daydreaming and you're manifesting your perfect job. You're daydreaming, you're manifesting how you're going to pull yourself out of whatever situation you were just in the past. So let me go ahead and clarify. Bottom of the deck, King of Cups. You can't make it up, bitch. You just can't make this shit up. That's awesome. That's really cool. So this is also somebody who is very balanced, right? So somebody who is not only balanced, but abundant. And I just can't stress this enough. It is emotional maturity, which is so flipping hard to find in a relationship these days. It's very hard, but it's not impossible, right? When pigs fly, it's hard, but it's not impossible. I mean, sure, pigs don't really fly, but just don't get so caught up on the literal, I'm daydreaming about making pigs fly. That's not really what I'm sure you're daydreaming about, so don't be so fucking literal with it. You know what I mean. So all right, so for Libra's recent past, can you clarify the Five of Pentacles? Okay. The High Priestess, which can talk about trusting our intuition, which is funny that it came out right next to the Moon card, which is also about intuition, but it's also about secrets being revealed, right? So hidden information coming to light, again, which is what the Moon card is, but so some kind of secrets came out, or something was revealed, or something came to light that made you incredibly sad, or like made you feel abandoned or left out in the cold. So please clarify the Moon for me. Okay. So the Moon and the Ace of Swords, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. So feeling left out in the cold, some kind of secrets or information coming to light, and then you trusting your intuition. This talks about having some kind of mental clarity, some kind of moment of truth, some kind of aha moment. So when whatever this was got revealed, or whatever this thing was that happened that put you in the sense of feeling abandoned or left out into the cold, you had some kind of, oh my God, like I just can't keep pretending this isn't happening. I can't keep pretending I don't know what I know. I can't just like sit around and wait for things to happen. I need to take action at this point, right? Because this talks about harvesting the seeds we planted to come to fruition. So that means some kind of action was taken. You're not just sitting here like, okay, I'm sad, but I'm going to sit. It's not like Five of Pentacles, Five of Swords, Five of Wands. You know what I mean? It's not just this energy of stagnancy. It's not this just sitting in despair. That's not what I'm getting here. I'm getting a sense of very much feeling hurt and abandoned, but also resilience, right? Because the Knight of Wands, the Wounded Warrior, is also about resilience and overcoming obstacles. So clarify the Seven of Pentacles for me. Whoa. Notice how I just said you're not getting the Five of Pentacles, the Five of Wands, and the Five of Cups. Okay, so we don't have the Five of Swords. The Five of Swords is actually what I was thinking of. I'm not going to take these because I'm not clarifying with a bunch of cards, but I just thought that was funny. So yeah, so that just, this to me tells me that you've essentially felt very hurt, very abandoned, very depressed. This is also about regret. And I don't necessarily get that you have a sense of regret, but I get a sense of, this is very much an energy of, I don't give a fuck, let the world burn. I don't care. Okay, my house is on fire. I don't care. I'm literally dumping out the cups I have left. I don't care. This is such a sense of sadness that I don't care about anything because I'm so incredibly hurt, or whatever the shit was, you know what I mean? So I'm not going to take that, but I do feel it was important to mention. So for the Seven of Pentacles, please clarify the Seven of Pentacles for me. Spirit, please clarify the Seven of Pentacles for Libra's recent past. I've had this deck for a long time. Oh, okay. This may be about a person. I hate to say it. Actually, you know what? I don't, because these exes, past people, this doesn't have to be an ex. Again, take it as, if the shit don't apply, bitch, let it fly. But it does apply for some people because, like I said, this is a collective reading. You're aware of this. So for recent past, this looks like a relationship. Somebody lied to you, somebody did something behind your back, or wasn't being honest with you, and some kind of secret came to light, and some kind of anxiety or fear came along with it, but also a sense of, I can't stay here anymore. I cannot be here. I cannot accept this, right? So this mental truth, moment of clarity, like awakening, this like moment of reckoning, like I need to go or I need to do something. So Seven of Pentacles clarified by the Six of Cups. This could have been somebody that you were waiting on to just get their shit together, right? You could have been waiting on them to grow up. You could have been waiting on them to do what they said they were going to do, whether this be a job, a person, again, take it as it applies. But Six of Cups talks about usually either healing your inner child or healing wounds from your childhood or people from the past, such as exes, right? So this is either something that happened to you that caused some kind of like triggered some kind of childhood wound, or this is an ex and they completely lied to you in some way and caused this feeling of abandonment, this feeling of being left out in the cold. So when it comes to the current energy, can we please clarify the Two of Pentacles? Whoa, wow. Wow. Okay, I know you're not an Aquarius, but you are an air sign. And Aquarius, which is what I am, is the Star card. So this is my favorite card in the deck. Of course, I may be biased because, like I said, I'm an Aquarius, but also because it means hope, faith, renewal, wishes granted, right? Before the Star comes the Tower. So when this card shows up, this is like after some kind of tower moment, after this Five of Cups, after this despair, I don't care if my house is on fire, I'm so hurt I can't move, right? And it's like, you got this card in your last reading too. And so it's like this needing to find a balance, which will lead to some kind of wish fulfillment for you, whatever that is, right? So if you moved, you could have found a new place. That is ultimately going to be where you need to be, right? So when I think of like breakups or like losing jobs or cutting people out of your life, right? It's very much a sense of, don't look at that as a sense of, I regret that I ever gave this person a chance, or I regret that I stayed in this job, this relationship for so long. I regret that I didn't do something sooner. Don't ever regret things, right? Well, I'm just going to say, don't ever regret things, because it ultimately makes you the person you need to be, and it gets you to where you need to go. So if this was an ex and you guys broke up and you were forced to move or start over somewhere else, look at this person as a catalyst to get you to where you were meant to be. So instead of saying, I regret that I gave them so much of my time, effort, and attention, or that I stayed so long, look at it as that needed to happen in the timing it happened, because now I am using this person as a catalyst and they got me to where I needed to go. I don't know if you know what this thing is yet, this wish fulfillment. I have no idea if you know what it is yet, but ultimately it will lead to that. So when it comes to, and then, like I said, I've already tried to do your reading once. So I don't know how this looks on camera. Hold on. If I go like this, okay, yeah. Sometimes I flip it, sometimes I don't. And so I just want to make sure that I'm not holding it upside down. I think I actually already did. So you did get the World in your last reading that I attempted to do, which is like a closing out a cycle. It's completion. It is a spiritual graduation, right? The Wheel of Fortune is like leveling up from karmic situations, whether good or bad. It's like leveling up karmically, but this is like a spiritual graduation. It is the closing out and complete ending of a cycle. And then after the World comes the Fool, which is a leap of faith, a new beginning. So I haven't asked yet, but clarify the Nine of Wands for Libra for me, please, Spirit. Spirit, please clarify the Nine of Wands for Libra for me. For their current energy, please clarify that. Ooh, no, I am not. Eight of Cups, Two of Wands, again, Nine of Pentacles. So this is something you could have walked away from, obviously. This two of Wands is like an expansion card. Do I stay or do I go? At the risk of getting the Stranger Things getting the song that was so often played in Stranger Things stuck in your head. Do I stay or do I go? Should I stay or should I go? It's also about expanding, right? Traveling. Again, a physical move may have happened, whether it be jobs, leaving a relationship and starting over, anything, right? So please clarify, but I'm not going to take 12 cards for the Nine of Wands. So can we just do one, please? Just one. Oh, look at that. Page of Cups. Again, some kind of daydreaming and looking ahead to the future after a broken heart of some kind. I'm understanding the message. It just is easier for me if I can get one card so that it doesn't like fan out in a bunch of like, what do you call it? Spider verses. We don't need to do that. So just one. Thank you so much, Spirit. Appreciate you. The Chariot. So many major arcana in this reading. The Moon, the Star, the Chariot, the Magician. Like, it's crazy. So what was I gonna say? Like the star, excuse me. Like the star, the Chariot is about overcoming obstacles, right? So this is like wishes granted, hope, faith, renewal after a tower, but this is like overcoming obstacles. This is through just sheer determination and willpower. So this is like powering your way through whatever heartbreak or whatever situation this was. You're not sitting in this. You're like, damn it, I will get over this. Maybe I'm not over it and I'm not where I would like to be, but I'm getting there. So this is great for you. This is exactly the same as this card. Resilience. This is overcoming obstacles through hard work and determination and ultimately leading to success. It's not just overcoming obstacles, it's doing it successfully. So for the 9 of Wands, for the current energy, please, for the 5 of Wands for Libra's current energy, please give me one clarifier. Thank you so much. Okay, so the Page of Swords. So this is, can be about like being a student. It doesn't have to be a literal student. It can. I mean, maybe you're in school, right? Maybe you just graduated. Maybe you did a bunch of hard work and now you're going to go off to your career. But this can ultimately be just about learning things, right? So learning what didn't work for you in the past and learning about what to do about it now and how you can do it differently. And it's instead of doing the same things over and over, which is the definition of insanity, it's you're trying to overcome this and you're learning how to do it. And this is the current energy you're in. You're overcoming, you're learning, moving forward. You're not stagnant, you're not stuck, you're not being held back. You know what I mean? You're not letting this stop you. You're using this as a learning opportunity, as you should, because everything is a learning opportunity, whether good or bad. And then again, the bottom of the deck, this is hard times coming to an end, right? So it's about backstabbing, betrayal. It's about being completely screwed over by someone or a situation. But ultimately, it's the sun is on the horizon and the challenging times are coming to an end. So it's not going to be for much longer. These are very action-oriented cards, right? The Chariot. This is not just moving forward, it's barreling forward. It's like, all right, whatever, it happened, let's move on. Not necessarily with this past situation, but like move on from it, not with it. So for the Page of Cups, for the Page of Cups for Libra's, let's see, for their near future, for Page of Cups, please clarify the Page of Cups. Whoa. All right. Okay. I mean, okay. All right. We got Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, and we got the Hierophant. So whether this is you or somebody else that's daydreaming about you, Knight of Cups is good news. It can be an invite to something. It can be a new relationship. It can be meeting. This is like the Prince Charming card, right? And this is also about a new relationship. So this could very much be a new relationship that's coming into your life, right? This is an unexpected invitation, unexpected messages, invites to things, it's invitations. And then the Hierophant is like, it's like a higher level of commitment, whether that be a marriage, it can be spirituality, but this is ultimately about, it can be higher levels of commitment, but it's also about tradition, right? So traditional getting married, buying a house with a bunch of kids, right? You don't take it as it resonates. It can also be traditional institutions. So this could be somebody who, I don't know, works at a bank or works in some kind of credit department or things like that. It's tradition. It's traditional marriage, traditional institutions such as banks, credit unions, things like that. But ultimately, this could be a relationship. I'm getting mad relationship vibes. I don't even almost want to pick, you know what? No, I'm going to take one, just one. But the way that this is shaping up, know that this does look like a relationship. But if it's not, don't be like, it's not a relationship. Okay, then it's not a relationship for you. So let's see, Page of Cups. Can I see one clarifier for the Page of Cups, Spirit, please? Just one. Okay, or 25. Just one, thanks. Just one, just one, just one. Ooh, okay. All right. No, not just one. Okay. You know what? Okay. So recovering again from a broken heart, right? Looking ahead to the future. This is 3 of Wands, which is looking ahead to the future. 7 of Wands, which is boundaries. This is moving forward with clear-cut boundaries, not letting people walk all over you, not folding to the past if they happen to come back. Not that I think they will, but if they did, right? Literally, 10 of Pentacles. This is not only financial abundance and security, but this is also a family card. 10 of Cups traditionally is like the happy family emotional card, but they display it on this card too. So I don't know what else you want from me, dude. This is looking like a relationship. Again, 4 of Wands, you got this in your last reading also. This is 1111. This is also a twin flame card. So not only do we have the completion with the 10, because 9 is single energy, which is what you got before, 9 of Pentacles in your last reading. So this comes to the 10, comes to the twin flame. Everybody doesn't subscribe to the notion of twin flames, though. I get that, but just your spiritual match, whatever this is. So just one spirit, please. 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1 for the Page of Cups. Clarify just one for the Page of Cups. Just one, please. Just one, just one, just one. Just one, please. Just one. Thank you. Ooh, well, shit. This came out after. I'm not taking this. Although it does kind of alert. We'll talk about it. So, okay, we have Queen of Swords. So, if this is your near future, right, and if this is not your energy, I mean, it very much could be, but if this is somebody else, like daydreaming about you, wanting to learn more about you, because this can also be a card of spying, but I'm not getting it in like a negative way, especially not in this reading, right? So this is either you learning, and it could be both, right? Both could apply. So this could just be you learning to move forward and you learning how to not repeat old patterns and cycles and how to move on, and you're in the student energy, right? But this can also be a card of spying, and it can be somebody spying on you, and it's not in a negative way, not from this reading. This card came out with what? Mad relationship cards like the Knight of Cups, the Hierophant, the Twin Flame card, not Gemini, not the lovers, but the Four of Wands, 1111, which is also a Twin Flame card. So this is very much relationship coded, right? So the Queen of Swords isn't necessarily somebody who is the King of Cups. You know what I mean? You do have divine feminine and divine masculine in the same future reading, but I'm getting that this right here is your energy. So this is somebody daydreaming about you, or you could be possibly, take it as it resonates, daydreaming about somebody else. But this is about communication, right? Queen of Swords is about communication. It's crystal clear communication. It's not, oh, I wonder if they meant this, or I wonder if really secretly they meant that. It's somebody who's intellectual, somebody who's fair, somebody who's clear, somebody who's a leader, right? But it's not somebody who's emotional, not like the King of Cups. So this tells me that somebody wants to communicate with you, wants to give you some kind of either news or tell you how they feel, or wants a relationship with you, but you're guarded, especially with this card, the Nine of Wands, right? The Wounded Warrior, the Resilience card. So I'm getting that you may talk to this person, or you may, go for the new job interview, and you may communicate excellently and you may get the job, right? But it's not emotional communication. It's very guarded. Like the heart is in the cage down here. So she's not going to be the like lovey-dovey, let me open up to you right away kind of card. And then with this card coming out with it tells me this is expansion, slow and steady progress. So whoever this person is, daydreaming about you and wanting to communicate with you, they're going to, but it's going to be slow and steady progress, which also tells me that in order for you to get to this King of Cups energy, because forget about gender and tarot, right? Everybody has both. And I don't mean everybody is two genders. That's not at all what I mean. What I mean is everybody has divine masculine and divine feminine, and we don't tend to display both at the same time. Usually you display one at a time, right? So if this guy is in his King of Cups energy and you're in your Queen of Swords energy, it's going to be slow and steady progress to pull you out of that into your Queen of Cups energy, right? To open up emotionally and be emotionally vulnerable with this person. So it's not saying it's not going to happen, just that it's going to take time. It's going to be slow and steady progress instead of, like, for example, the Eight of Wands, which is quick, speed, velocity, immediately. That's not what I'm getting from this. I'm getting slow and steady build up, slow and steady progress. Somebody wanting to learn about you or wanting to offer you a job of some kind, take it as it resonates. I'm just gonna continue with this as like a relationship because that's the way it looks to me. I mean, you know, if it's not, then this, again, may not be the reading for you. Or maybe it is the reading for you and it's not a person, it's a job, or it's a family member, or whatever, you know? Like I said, only really you know your situation. So let me clarify the Magician, please, for near future. Thank you. Wow, bitch, that's amazing. Okay, King of Swords, Queen of Swords, King of Swords. So what this tells me is, although the King and the Queen of Swords aren't exactly like emotionally like lovey-dovey, they, like I just told you, we have both of us within us, right? So this could be an air sign, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini, but this also tells me that this is somebody who is a leader, somebody who's direct, not somebody who's the King of Cups, right? But like I said, slow and steady progress. So somebody who's direct, somebody who's a leader, somebody who's fair, not somebody who's gonna fuck you over, not somebody who's gonna be unclear in their communication. This to me means you are manifesting somebody who's fair, balanced, your perfect match. We ultimately would love in a relationship to get to the Queen and King of Cups, right? But this just tells me divine feminine, divine masculine. So this is your energetic match, somebody who meets you on your level intellectually, somebody who meets you where you're at, not you constantly having to meet them where they are and bend over backwards for somebody else. This is going to be somebody that is your equal, right? So let's go for, or this job that is your perfect job or whatever, you know what I mean? So let's clarify the King of Cups for Libra, please. Okay. Yep. Okay, so Four of Cups. I might get one more clarifier after that because I don't necessarily want to end it on that, because it's not that it's a bad cup. It just means that until you manifest this person or situation or whatever, job, whatever, you know what your situation is. Until you manifest that into your reality with the Magician, you're not accepting whatever's being offered to you. You're not. You're like, okay, that's nice. Get out of my face. Cool. No, I'm not taking that. Yep, I got all these cups. Yeah, okay, whatever. You want to hand me one. I'm not accepting that and I don't care about it. So what this tells me is you are no longer going along to get along. You're not just going to be in a relationship to say you're in a relationship. You're not just going to be with somebody to not be alone. You're going to wait for the person that is your energetic match. You're going to have these Seven of Wands boundaries, because that did come out. So you're going to have boundaries. You're not going to repeat whatever this is. And you may be in some sense of like anxiety, or I don't want to say necessarily fear, because I don't get this sense that you are like worrying or putting all this energy into something you don't want. I'm not getting that at all. But what I am getting is that you don't have the full picture yet, and until you do, you're not accepting just anything. You're just not. So let me just make sure and clarify one more with the Four of Cups, please. Clarify the Four of Cups. Yep, exactly. Five of Pentacles twice. So this tells me, right, this exactly tells me that you are not just accepting whatever is being offered because of what happened in the past. You are now to a place where you will have boundaries, you will stand up for yourself, you will not let people walk all over you, and the second you even get a hint that something in the future is going to go the way it went in the past, no, it's not. We're done. We're not accepting that, right? So until this divine masculine, your perfect match, your perfect job, your perfect car, whatever, your perfect whatever it is comes into your life, you're not going to accept it, because you will not be left out in the cold again. You will not repeat what has already happened. So that's actually that's a perfect place to end it. It started with this and we're ending with this. So it started with this in the past and we're keeping it away in the future. That's exactly what that tells me. So that's great for you. That's amazing. So I think this is a good place to end it. What I'm going to do though is I'm going to pull out some dice. Should we do initials? Actually, yeah, okay, we can do some initials. So what I'll do is I will do the dice, and then let's see, which ones do we want? Okay, right, so this could be not necessarily a time frame, but it can be. Take, like, I know I said near future is usually 1 to 3 months, but everybody's different, right? So what I'll do is I will just give you some kind of numbers, and if the numbers apply or resonate, take that as extra confirmation. If they don't, then it's not for you, it's just for somebody else. All right, so let's see. All right, so we have 20, 3, and 70. So this could be anything, like I said, 3 months, 3 weeks, 3 days. 70 could be a number that's resonating for somebody. 20 can be, you could be in your 20s, maybe you could be in your 70s. Either way, either or, right? So these are the numbers, 23 and 70. And then I will go ahead and pull some initials if this is, not everybody, this wasn't a love reading for everyone, but for the people that it is a love reading for their future person that they either want to meet, I will pull some initials for you, and then if you get either your initials or your future person's initials, then great, extra confirmation. And if you don't, no biggie. Don't focus so much on that. If the reading applied to you and it resonated, then this was definitely a reading. This is just extra confirmation for people who might need it. All right, so we have, I got ash from my Palo Santo. I cleansed before I did this reading, but now I got ash all over my table because I wasn't very careful with it. All right, what do we got? So we got L. Okay, that's it. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, so we got L, B, K, J, another J, U, W, E, H, couple more, D, F, another F, another U, another I, I'm sorry, another I, there was one I, I, Q, E, M, and we'll do one more. G. All right, so for the letters, I have L, E, B, H, K, D, J, F, J, F, U, U, W, I, Q, E, M, G. All right, Libra, that is where I will leave your reading. Feel free to check back for the next one. And as always, as above, so below, as within, so without, as the universe, so the soul.